Hello guys, here, relaxed.
Just nice and relaxed.
Just nice and relaxed.
Yeah, just...
The boys are just relaxing.
I don't know how not to relax.
Yeah, we're just relaxing before our triathlon.
Triathlon mode, yeah.
You good?
Yeah, we're mature men.
Welcome to Iron Dad. Hello Glenn.
G'day.
This is Glenn.
Tis I.
Glenn owns a gym and he's a PT and he makes marginal losses each week. And this is Matt. He's an Ironman finisher. Hello Matt.
Hello, Iron.
Oh, good chat, good chat. So anyway, we're just going to do the Yeppoon Triathlon tomorrow. As you can see, Matt, he's done a few endurance. Just once or twice he's done some endurance sports. There's an Elevate logo. Did you believe that he sponsored them?
I sponsor everyone.
Oh, cool. There you go. That's why you never make a profit. It makes sense now. Anyways, we're going to talk about why we're doing triathlons, how we train, and how we think tomorrow's going to go. Glenn.
Mr. Dad.
Why did you decide to do a triathlon, Glenn?
Are we getting
It's never done one before. This is it.
The genuine reason
This is it. Why are you doing a triathlon?
is I had more time on my hands than I normally did, and I thought instead of wasting that away, I think it's good for the human psyche to do difficult things, and I didn't run, ride or swim, so I thought there's nothing more difficult than starting to run, ride and swim, and also because someone I know had back surgery, I thought that removed all other excuses from my vocabulary. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, cool. That makes sense as to why you don't earn enough money to cover your losses each year, that you're working less. But yeah, I take the point. How'd you train? You train like a maniac, I'll edit that.
Well, I'll tell you how I didn't train, and the answer is in the ocean. So thanks to you, I followed the 80-20 program, which is 80% low intensity, 20% high intensity. And I basically just did whatever the program told me to do. For the first, I think it was 12 weeks, I was doing like sprint try training. And then it just coincidentally not planned correctly. The next lot was 16 weeks, which ended today. And that was Olympic try, and it came in 3 stages, like level 3, 2, 1, I think. So I did level 1. Oh, 0. I did level 0 sprint training, so the easiest you could do. And then I think I went to level 2 for the Olympic try, so it was pretty hard, lots of two-a-days. But yeah, it was good.
What'd you learn throughout that process, Glenn?
I learned the most yesterday, that you should ocean swim.
Yeah, bit of context on that. So it's been pretty windy in Yeppoon, and normally Yeppoon's like flat as a pool, and there were probably 4 or 5 foot swells yesterday when we went into the ocean. So that was Glenn's first experience doing the ocean, and there's waves breaking on him, and
it was not fun.
There was a fair current going one direction, and it was pretty choppy and windy. So yeah,
should be right.
not the ideal environment to try out ocean swimming for the first time, but he survived, so that's good.
No, honestly, what I learned the most was that you don't need to train like an idiot. Like so much of my training was just slow and easy, and I got so much fitter, even though it seems like, am I actually even doing anything? So yeah, there's zones, zone 1 through to 5. Zone 5 is obviously very difficult, zone 1's like very easy, and most of my training's zone 1, zone 2. So easy to very, very easy. Yeah.
I've got some numbers in my head that I can remember from your training.
Okay.
One of Glenn's first slow runs, and I remember this one because I went like, wow, like he committed to that zone 1, man. He ran like 6 Ks at like 7 minutes 35 a K or something like. Which for a fairly fit man is pretty, it's not real fun.
Yes, but I literally all I was doing was weights up until that point. I did not run.
And he just ran the other day 15 Ks in like 540s or something. 540s. So like that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive, to be fair.
It was nearly 16K, come on.
It's 15.3, mate.
15.7.
I can't remember, I'm just talking.
7.8.
And Matt, you did an Ironman. Why did you do that? It's just silly.
Well, I was actually talking to your father, who's Iron Granddad. No, I think.
I didn't know my dad had anything to do with this, by the way.
No, I think not dissimilar to Glenn. Triathlon, and especially the longer distances, the Ironman, has just been like a pinnacle of fitness. I think I never really knew what it was. I just knew it was something that's very difficult. And then, yeah, a couple of friends of mine were getting into the sport. I've always been horrific at swimming.
Tell us a bit about that, because so my only memory of Matt swimming in my whole life, and I still actually think of him in this way when I think of him swimming, is I remember year 5 swimming or something, because we went to primary school together, in PE, and we had to swim across the 25 metre pool, so 12.5 metres, and Matt was really struggling with breaststroke, to the point where I'm pretty sure the teacher helped him out sort of thing. And somehow he swam 4 kilometres really
In the
fast.
ocean.
So I'm really interested to hear how you went from that, which I'm sure you weren't quite that when you started as an adult, to being able to swim what was it, 150s or something for 4Ks. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, so that's not an exaggeration. I think the last time I swam before doing this training was year 8, when we had to do some kind of physical education, and I swam 50 meters in 70 seconds, which was full tilt. Full tilt. And after that, I skipped every swim, carnival, everything. I hated swimming, always have. The thought of swimming in the ocean genuinely scared me. I really don't know how it went about there. I sort of had some friends who did it who were just blindly positive, which really helped. I don't think they understood how bad I was at swimming. But yeah, honestly failed the first few sessions in the pool. It was just, I think I just racked up 50 meters and then pushed to 100 meters and just go. It's a very humbling activity. just go slow, go really slow, slower than you think, and eventually the fitness grows.
Yeah, because I remember you talking to you early on after you decided to do it, and you were swimming 50 meters and then having 2 minute spell, and then swimming another 50 meters and having a 2 minute spell. But because you're in nutcase, you do that for 2Ks, and it must have taken forever. But to get from that to then swimming nearly 4Ks in the ocean.
At 150, that's insane.
Yeah, it's really fast.
I haven't swum since. I did I did one triathlon last year.
How'd you go in that one?
Yeah, how'd you go, mate?
Tell us how you went that one.
How'd that one go?
Yeah, good, thanks.
What position did you come?
If I want to just start saying numbers, I'll start counting down,
We'll
and you
start.
stop me when it gets to a place. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, what?
Age
group.
So Matt won the Yeppoon sprint track.
Oh, was it Yeppoon?
So in the little
I
bar.
didn't think it was Yeppoon.
I can't get that. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, Matt won the little bar 25 to 29 age group, wasn't it?
It was 30 to 34.
Ooh, that's the fastest age group too. So Matt won the age group at little bar try, which is pretty fast and pretty cool. So ran an 18-minute 5K for bike, which is ridiculous. Really ridiculous, actually. So,
yeah. The running sort of came naturally. I've done a lot of touch football. I think it's the main sport I did before this. But yeah, it's the one thing that stuck with me was trusting the process, whatever program you're on, really sticking to it, because I was playing a lot of touch football. I'm talking 8 games a week. So I was pretty fit to start, to be frank. And when I started this training program, I did a similar program to Glenn. It was Matt Fitzgerald's 80-20, lots of low intensity stuff. And the first few weeks I found frustrating because it is quite easy. But yeah, you just have to trust the process, and then you start building so much volume so quickly, and not effortlessly, but easier than you think.
Sometimes it does feel effortlessly.
Yeah.
Like go from struggling to 5k to being like, oh, 15k, I could probably run another 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I ended up running 21 Ks that time. So I was supposed to run 15. I was like, I feel okay. And my wife was away with the kids, and I was like, I got nothing else to do. I'll just keep running.
Forest Gump.
And it fundamentally shifted the way that I trained running ever. Like before the structured training, I used to just go for like a 5k run or a 7k run, flat stick, and that to me that's the best way to train. It's the hardest you can go. It's not. Like,
That's an injury way to happen.
Yeah, look at the people who've done this before. There's a common element. They work structured training plans. They work.
So Glenn and I both want to do an Ironman.
Yes, we do.
You can tell us one thing that's not stick to the program. What would you tell us to do?
The other one, I guess, is just be kind to yourself. You will miss sessions, and that's okay. It's very easy to get bogged down in missing a session or being slower than you think. Yeah, things will pop up that's outside your control. So it's that old cliche of just control what you can, and just rocking up to a session is better than nothing.
You said a good thing to me.
Did I?
Yeah, multiplication, not addition.
Yeah, I believe that it's on my Instagram.
Okay.
Well, how do you think you're going to go, Marlon? Tell me about that.
Literally, all I want to do is get through this swim now. And once I do that, I'm actually pretty confident because I have put in a lot of work that I'm pretty confident on the bike. I'm not trying to do times, I just want to finish. If I can finish the swim, I'm very confident if nothing goes wrong with my bike, I'll get through the ride. And the running, I'm not too sure about how quick I can go because I haven't retested, like all my training is based off my 5k and I haven't retested that for about 3 months. So I don't know, I just want to break an hour on the 10k. Even though I said I just want to finish, I do want to break an hour on the 10k and then see how we go. Yeah, this is literally just first try. As you see, I don't have a singlet. This is what I get given.
We've done something. It's important people know.
Races that aren't here.
Yeah, it is cliche, but I do literally just want to finish, figure out what it's all about, and then, hone it in from here.
Yeah, and I think you will learn a lot from your first triathlon.
Yes.
Yeah, like I was telling you guys earlier about how I did a triathlon a little while ago. I think it was even your first triathlon, the one in Lillbar. And so I got really excited when we went to like the industry stalls and found like this crazy gel with this stupid amount of caffeine in it. And I'm not a coffee drinker, never used caffeine in training before that, and thought, I'm going to take like 2 of these in the race and I'll turn into a Superman. Turned out it just turned me into like a super cramp machine. And my hamstrings were cramping so hard it was making my shoulder blades hurt. Like, that was pretty awful.
Did you just say your hamstrings were cramping so hard, your shoulder?
Yeah, so my hamstrings were cramping so hard that I was tensing like my lower back muscles to try and like compensate, and then like my back muscles were hurting, so I was like clenching my shoulder blades. But then I think I was clenching my shoulder blades so hard they started to like cramp or something. And the worst part was my shoulder blades, even though it was coming from my hamstring. It was horrific. And it was just nothing new on race day. I learned that the hard way. So I was massively dehydrated, didn't take enough calories, and then had like nearly 400 milligrams of caffeine when I don't drink coffee. Like, I'm lucky I didn't like explode from both ends. So I did well to get away with cramps. So I'm hoping to just cross the finish line, I reckon, because...
Oh, don't give me that.
Well, this is a specific purpose for this event.
True. You just want to show that you can do it after season.
Yeah, I think you always got that little seed of doubt. I think especially that's the biggest thing for me is like over the last, it's more than a year now. It's like 13 months to start rehabbing and stuff. And I worked really hard to rehab. I was just telling you guys today, for weeks, walking was ridiculously hard. So I think you always have that seed of doubt, anytime you're running, something starts to hurt, and I remember 3 years ago when something hurt a little bit on the run, and I was training like a dickhead, Matt said, and just I'd go for a 15k run, and I'm going to go as fast as I can for 15k's, and that's just how training was just stupid. So I ended up with crazy back injury and stuff, and I guess you always have that kind of crazy little doubt where you're is everything about to go again? It's that whole process was so difficult. I think you almost get like traumatized by it, and you're like, I just don't want to be there again.
No, I think you're
Because like,
fine.
I'm happy to train. Like training is fine,
Yeah.
but that like 12, 14 weeks of that initial rehab was horrible.
Yeah,
like I'd trade any training
100%.
compared to that. So yeah, I think just crossing the finish line is going to be good. I'm really like, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful I can get off the bike feeling good,
Yeah.
and I can bury myself in the run. That's kind of like my hope. But at the end of the day, like I think if I get off the bike feeling horrible, because I think the swim is going to be pretty challenging tomorrow. So I think, yeah, like that might lower the bar a little bit about how you expect to feel. But like, yeah, I think if I get off the bike feeling completely crap, I'm pretty confident I can like, you know, roll through it like 6 minute Ks or something and shuffle along for a bit and finish. So I think that's pretty important because from here I've already signed up for the Cairns 70.3, so that's next June. So I kind of got a little bit over 12 months to keep my body in.
Shout out Lana.
Yeah, Glenn's going to sign up for that as well, and we'll talk man into it.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. He's done a few endurance events before. Anyway, we'll talk again tomorrow and we'll do a review. I'm told the Yeppoon Hospital has great Wi-Fi, so we might even get a live stream. So, just kidding. Anyway, thanks for coming along for the journey. Matt and Glenn actually came up from Brisbane for this. It's like, I don't know, people who don't know where Yeppoon is. It's like what?
13 hours, isn't it?
No, it's like 600
Oh,
days,
it's
600 or 700 days. Macro.
That's why the flight was so fast.
About 8 hours or something, so they came up from Brizzy for this, so pretty cool. Matt's not even comparing, he's just here to spectate, so that's pretty awesome.
And it was his
So-
birthday, so.
Yeah, and it's his birthday, so yeah, he's still in the same age group that he is a former champion at, so yeah.
Who's going to take the title?
Oh, did you bring your medal? Right, before this goes too off the rails, we'll see you next time and we'll talk about how this went. Thanks, boys.
Bring down the finish.
Yes.
No? Oh.
Yes.
Excellent.